right, good morning. We just got off the boat and caught a trout, and this is going to be our catch, clean, and cook. So I'm going to do the cooking or the cleaning part right now, and later on we'll get to the cooking and we'll put them all together. All right, a couple of pointers when you're getting ready to, or how I like to do my fillet my fish. Got a nice trout here this morning. We're gonna cook up or clean and cook up. I like to make sure my board's wet. And when I'm using saltwater fish, I just dip it in the water out here at the dock. Make sure my knife is sharp. I've already gone ahead and honed it up just a little bit to make sure it's sharp enough to do the job. And when it's low tide, I've got a good little cleaning station here at my dock. So, and the sun's on the wrong side, but all right. So I'm gonna start and just get a line started right down the backbone. I'm going right along the fins so I can get all the meat out that is in there. When I get to the anal fin, I push it the whole way through. Tough right there. And then bring it all the way out. And then I reverse and come the rest of the way up through here. Get all the way up to the head. Get this head meat out. Now I'm going to make a line right here. And this is going to be, fish has a little movement right in it. It's been dispatched, but now, and I'm only using the gloves because it gets slimy and it helps. Helps me keep a hold of the fish. So now I'm just going back along that line I cut, following the backbone. I'm going to go all the way down till I hit the ribs. Stay as close to the backbone as you can. There's our ribs starting to come up. There's our rib cage, just trying to go around. And I'm not worried about that little we slab of meat on the bottom. But there you have it. Look at that nice fillet. Now, since it's salt water, I can just rinse it off right in the water. And what a beautiful fillet we have there. Nice, fleshy meat. Flip over to the other side. Do the same thing. Cut there, and then come down along your backbone. Sometimes, especially bigger fish, you want to do this cut on both sides. You see how there's an empty spot there that pushes down on the meat. Sometimes it's harder to get it off, but I've done it enough times that I can go either way on it. All right, hard time getting underneath. Missed a little bit of meat there. I'll have to come back and get that little section. There we go. Oh, this is just the nerves in the fish. It's not alive, trust me. And this one I didn't do as good a job on, probably because of that. Like I said, I took out the other side and the whole thing and didn't cut this side first. Rib bones. Here I'm just right up against them. Come out through there. Get all this rib meat off. Got a rib right there that I can't get underneath. There we go. Alright, two nice fillets. Now we're gonna get the skin off of them, and these kind of boards are nice because it'll hold it for me. And then I just come down along, stay close to the edge, keep my knife angled just a little bit, and look at that beautiful fillet. Rinse off some of that blood that's on there. Beautiful. And we throw some of our scraps in the water to feed our fish here. A lot of times we keep all this to use for chum, recycle everything that we can. But we've got a full freezer and it's time for us to go crabbing. Get rid of some of this bait we have in here. Carcasses. Look at that. What a beautiful piece of meat. Speckled sea trout. One thing, if you're doing this and you live in a canal or you do your fish and you go to throw this carcass, the head in the water, you have to poke their eyes, poke the whole way through their eyes because there's an air pocket there. And if you don't, they'll float and your neighbors will not like you for that. But so there's our trout, and we'll get to the cooking next. All right, we're about to make a venison loin loaf. And I'll explain as I go along, but here's your ingredients. Got some bacon, green pepper, garlic, some garbanzo beans, some sweet corn, cream cheese, some baby spinach, 2 different kinds of cheese. This is our venison, and we're also having surf and turf, so we're having a little bit of fish we caught this morning for our catch, clean, and cook, and arugula. All right, we'll see you in a few minutes. Green pepper. You want this kind of between a chop and a dice, really. Maybe 1/4-inch pieces. And I'll do half of a green pepper for this recipe. Now we're going to hit up our herb garden and get the rest of our ingredients, and we'll add them in. And we're going to get some chives, and those are fresh, and we have parsley, some green onions, we're going to use the tops, a little bit of rosemary, and some oregano. Alright, we'll see you back inside. So now I'm just stripping off the oregano, and I'll basically do the same thing with the rest of the herbs that I got, and we're going to dice them up finely to add them to the meal. These are the chives, just going to make them little diced pieces. And parsley. That's all we're going to do with the parsley. So we got our oregano and our parsley. All right, now we're going to attempt to fillet this out. This is a venison backstrap fillet, and I'm going to cut it so we can lay it out flat and then roll it back up after I stuff it. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to start with a kind of a thin cut. You can see how much I've taken there. And obviously they're not, square, so I'm gonna just try to make sure we keep it going. And I tried to keep these just under frozen, so they were easier to cut. This isn't going too bad. It's going pretty good. And just make sure you don't get too thin. You can look and see How thick or thin you have it. How far you want to pull it down. That's one. I'm going to go back the other way this time. I usually do this with a boning or a fillet knife, but I didn't want to dirty any other dishes. And this was relatively sharp. Actually, a little bit of ice in this one. You see how it's starting to lay out? It's a little thick right here in this spot. So I'm just going to shave a little medallion off of it so it cooks evenly. And it's about the same size all the way around. Don't worry, that'll get cooked and it'll be my seasoning taste test. And anywhere it might be thick, you can just put a little cut in it and it will open up and lay out flat. Now, look at that. Now, what I'm going to do is put on cream cheese, put on our stuffing, or the things that are going to be the stuffing. They're going to be green peppers, all the herbs, cheese, cream cheese, and our spices. Then we'll roll it up, cut it up into slices, and cook it. All right, got them opened up, and they're nice and flat, ready for stuffing. Start putting seasoning on. We're going to put on the cream cheese, and then all the herbs, and the corn, chickpeas, and the other cheese. So now we're spreading on the cream cheese. I got it layered on here. Look at that. Cream cheese is spread on and the seasoning. Now we're gonna put our vegetables. We got some carrot or onion and pepper. We're gonna put them in there. Make sure they're spread out evenly. And then our herbs and our corn and our chickpeas. Alright, we're throwing on our herbs. Got them spread out everywhere. Got our peppers on there. Putting a few chickpeas, and we're just going to put them down the middle because they're going to all get wrapped. And we'll make sure they're throughout each bite. And then the corn. Same thing. Just spread it out enough. Cool. Alright, now we're going to put in some spinach, baby spinach. And arugula. Arugula has this great nutty flavor. I think it'll go really well with this. It's really good. I hope I'm not making it too big that I can't stuff it. All right. Now we got to roll it all up. Try to keep it together. So just keep it rolling it as tight as you can. You're gonna lose some things. All right, that's not bad. Look at that. All right, next thing we're gonna do, we fired up some bacon, and we're gonna wrap that around the outside. And then we're gonna put some toothpicks in it, or you can use the cooking twine. But all I'm gonna do now is put these up here. Put a toothpick in it so it will stay. And next is grilling. Now we have helpers in the kitchen. Hey, say hi. Cheese. Last thing I need to do is season the fish, and here we go. All right, everybody. We got it all together, and we got it on the grill. Put it on, put it at low, and right now it's just the venison. In just a couple minutes, I'm gonna put the trout on there, and it's gonna be on there for like maybe 3 minutes, and then we're pulling it. Is that not looking amazing? Can't wait to throw the trout on. Alright, there's our trout, just went on. And we're gonna come back in about 3 to 4 minutes and this will be done. I didn't talk about it, but we made some mashed potatoes. I didn't talk about it because there it's down. Alright, all the meat is prepared. Those are the loin loafs with bacon on them. Those are just 2 tenderloins that we're going to throw in for extra. And this is the trout that we caught today. We cleaned and we seasoned it up with Everglades fish and chicken. Alright, it's been about 3.5 minutes. And oh, look at that trout. White and flaky. And then venison loin, hot venison loin there in the back. The venison loin bacon loaf, 2 of them. Ooh, lordy, love my life. So it took about 15 minutes for the big stuff. And oh my goodness, look at this. Bacon over top. Look at all the vegetables and the cheese and the juices coming out. And of course, that fish. I'm going to try it. I'm on it here. Take a little piece. Oh, sorry, I kicked off the camera. That fish was so good. That's the trout we caught today, and all I put on it was Everglades fish and chicken seasoning and that bacon. And it is so good. Fall apart. It's amazing. Alright, we're about to eat. Love you, bye.
You want juice? Why I put that on a cracker, dude? That is
Sorry. Ow.
bacon wrapped venison loaf. Oh my god.
Our catch, clean, and cook was amazing. Thank you all for tuning in. Love you. Bye.
Cut! Makeup!